Is there too much fan service in anime nowadays? It's really mixed. Yes and no. Has it come past the point of no return? Yes, it has. Ikki, Queen's Blade, and Demon King Dynamo sets the standards of fan service in modern anime today. Now, as you said, it all started with like Ikki. Once that came out, anime producers realized, well, the sky's the limit, and if people want to see this, then we can put it in every anime, even if it don't apply, because our anime actually has a story that can carry it. Because Ikki it doesn't have the best story in the world. Dragon Destiny actually tries to rectify this, but sadly, if people was burned by the original Ikitosen as far as like story content, they like I ain't watching Dragon Destiny and the other ones because it's just fan service anime. That's its only point. But I digress. Then you have anime like High School of Dead that also throws the fan service in, but that's actually a great anime with an amazing story, amazing plot about survival horror. It didn't need the fan service to sell, but they threw it in there just so they can sell to the people who would only watch it for the fan service otherwise. Then you have Black Lagoon. That's also a great legendary anime. It has no fan service whatsoever because it doesn't need it, because it knows it can stand on its own and the story that it tells, so you can get immersed and lost in the story and the characters of the anime. Future Diary. That's a newer anime, like 2012, and it's a great anime. And it has not a lick of fan service because it knows it doesn't need it and it knows that it wouldn't fit. Like if they had put fan service in Future Diary, I would have been pissed off. I'm not gonna lie. Now the fan service in High School of Dead doesn't piss me off, but because like it's there. Sure, it doesn't necessarily fit, but it's not like it doesn't take you out of the story per se. It just all depends on how you look at it. But with Future Diary, if they would have put any fan service in there, it really would have killed the vibe that they set for the anime, and I would have been pissed off. And then you have stuff like Air TV. That doesn't have any fan service. And it's actually based off of a hentai. So go figure. But and it's a great anime and you can get lost in this story and its characters, you know. Clanad and Clanad the After Story doesn't have any fan service. So there's always gonna be anime you can find that you can get lost in that doesn't have fan service at all, which is a good thing. And you mentioned Code Geass. The Code Geass fan service, it doesn't detract and it's not through at you every episode. They might throw a hint there, a hint here, but in general, it's a very serious anime that also stands on its story merits that doesn't just throw an overabundance of fan service at you. Girl Lagan, it throws fan service at you every now and again, but once again, since Girl Lagan, this is a serious anime, but it has this comedic side to it, so it kind of slides in there. Now, as people accepting it as the norm, I've accepted it as the norm because, like I say, once you set the standard, you can't downgrade it because people are like, oh no, I want to see TNA in this, like Ikki and the Queen's Blade, and so on and so forth. So you can't just tone it down. You can't go back to like the year 2000 with stuff like Handmaid, May, and all of those animes that were then ecchi harem and with the fan service. Fan service then there was no raw TNA shots. You get a panty shot, but it wasn't as detailed as they are now. So because like I say, the only difference in modern anime and hentai is there's no like uncensored crotch shots or anything like that. That's the only difference. But everything else is fair game. You know, and that's just how it is nowadays. Like I say, there's great anime that you can watch that doesn't have fan service and doesn't need it. But me personally, I actually enjoy all the fan service. You just sitting there like, yeah, you watching the anime like, oh, look at that scene. You know, maybe I need some tissues. I digress. But in general, the general arc of things, like, no, because it's not too much fan service in anime. It's just I think more anime producers are trying to get that extra buck, trying to get that extra viewership, which is nothing wrong with that. But as long as they don't just start throwing like super like say if Code Geass had the amount of fan service Air Gear had, then that would have detracted from it how Code Geass is set up, and then that would have been a problem. But since like the fan service in Code Geass is few and far between and it fits the particular episode it's in, it's nothing wrong. So I guess to say no, there isn't too much fan service. You just have to watch the anime for what it is. And if you're a hardcore anime person, you know when it's there. You know, like, well, I'm gonna just look past that. And then you just move on. So Actually, no, there isn't too much fan service, but I get where you're coming from. It has been like ratcheted up ever since the release of ikki and Queen's Blade. That's the new standard. So, and before I end this, like yeah, panties and stockings, like that type of anime is over the top. So I would expect it to be there just to fit that vibe of the anime. Like to me, it's like how you use your fan service. Like, are you just throwing it in there so you like so people like, ooh, TNA, or are you actually using it to get the shock value or something? So it really all depends. But as it stands right now, I don't think it's too much. Now, like, I don't know, I might have to change that 2 years down the line when I see serious animes that has like great stories and all that, just throwing fan service in just for the sake of it. But no, there isn't too much fan service. But until then, this has been a video response. I'm the Hard Master. Talk to you later. Peace out.